Can't wait for the first few people to show up.
Oh, hi everyone. This is Kaustav, and today I'm be the part of the Flareforge online session. And let me introduce myself. So I'm Kaustav Agrawal, and I am being the Flare developer ambassador for the past, I guess, 4 months. And it's quite good to work with the Flare team overall. Like. Uh, Building different apps, working on different articles, like pushing through different deadlines. So yeah, it's an overall good process.
Oh, thanks for the nice intro, Krishtu. Um, yeah, so today we're going to be going over the verifiability randomness with Krishtu over here. I see we have a few people rolling in. If at any point you guys have any questions, you could always drop them in the chat. We'll be more than happy to answer them live as they come in. And to the 8 of you watching right now, if any of you would like to retweet, reshare, and help get the space out there, that'd be very much appreciated. And yeah, I don't know, Kushib, if you'd like to jump into it, or maybe I could ask you a question before we start. Do you mind telling us a bit on your experience using Flare's tools or any challenges you may have faced, anything you particularly like? Perhaps maybe like how was your experience using the documentation as well?
Um, so let's start with the first thing, that is the Flutter ecosystem. So like interacting with core DevRel engineers at Flutter, it was a hell lot of exposure to me, that like such a great people are like guiding me for the kind of work and the development part. Next to the tooling, Flare has inbuilt functionality for all kinds of tooling. Let's suppose it's Oracle, it's their data connectors, all have separate documentation, separate tooling. So I guess it's the best part which is there at Flare. And moving on to the FSH thing, so there are still a bit of everyday innovations going there, but yeah, overall FSH are a quite new concept that people must try and engage with the overall Flare ecosystem.
Super. Is there any like piece of technology from Flare that you particularly like or you found was super easy to learn, or maybe you found something that was a bit harder to use, but because of its functionalities, you just find yourself liking it anyways?
So, starting with the initial first functionality that Flare provides, that is FTSO, that is the Oracle part, and I guess that is the most easiest and the best thing through which you can get introduced to the Flare ecosystem. Like you have different like uh, predefined documentation in which you have different Oracle direct addresses, so you can just import it and get into it. Next is the FDC part. So FDC part is a bit tricky to implement, but I guess if you just follow from the documentation, it's pretty straightforward to get going it. Either like you also have a support team, so that would be the good thing to uh, get into it if you want to
Awesome.
just.
That's super nice to hear. Well, we have like 30 people now, so I'm just gonna say this one more time. This is the last day of Flare Forge week, so I would love it if everyone here could reshare and help get the stream out a bit more. And if at any time you guys have any questions, I see we have two messages already in the chat. Someone saying hello, let's go, good morning. So that being said, share the stream and shall we get started, Kushtu? Awesome.
Sure. So, hi everyone. Today I'm going to share a dApp of like this is the thing which I'm going to start. I will be introducing a small functionality of Flare Oracle using my demo today. So I have created an option AMM platform, so that I will be providing you full demo with the contracts, with the UI part, with the deployment, and also like I want to share about the Flare documentation, how to get started. Getting start is pretty easy, so I will just get going with the initial things. So let's start. So this is the Fair Network thing. This is the developers hub. As you can see, you have landed to the dev.fair.network, and you have pretty basic things, that is deploy your first contract using Hardhat or Foundry. These are the RPCs, chain ID, and exposure faucets. Next is you can integrate with the FTSO. That is pretty easiest part through which you can get to Fair. FDC is a thing where you want a bit of support from the team as well to get going. F assets is a cross chain part for the XRP, BTC, and the Doge thing. So you can also explore that. I guess you can also try an aggregator based on F assets. These are our ecosystem tools, that is Wallet SDK, Bridge, indexers, OFTs. So this OFTs is the pretty newest thing which is introduced to the Flare ecosystem. If anybody has a prior experience building at Flare, you should must try this OFTs. So I have personally used the bridge part, and it's pretty easy to work with it. So you can just use with the Stargate V2, and yeah, testnet contracts. So you can just try this Seporia thing, and you can basically work with the cross chain part as well on Flare. Next is our architecture. So you can get go with it later. Let me just get to the deploy your first contract. So these are the steps where you have to use constant to Fluid tested constant 2 for testing. This is the network URL, and the chain ID is 114. The current symbol is C2FLR. So I guess I have preloaded the faucets. Yeah, as you can see, I have preloaded faucets in this. Or you can just get to this F2 constant to Flare assets, and you can just, it's pretty straightforward. Sorry. So these are some of the basic tools. Let me just get to the main FTSO V2 part. What FTSO does is it's a fair time series oracle based on enshrined. That's an enshrined oracle that provides data feeds from different chains. Let's suppose BTC, ETH, and you have a bunch of chains. I guess it's in this read feed. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, here it is. You can see we have a whole lot of, I guess mostly things are there. So let me just get started with the FTSO V2 part. This is the basic architecture, and this is our first contract. What it does, it imports a test V2 interface, contract registry, and IFV calculator. Also, it uses Flare USD ID. This is the block. This is the the address, the Flare USD address, which I just showed you back. Next are the feed IDs. These are some of the functions such as get FLR USD price. What it does, it calls the Oracle this contract, and it fetch the prices. Same for the view part, and next is the function for calling all this. You can also test directly from the remix part. You can compile and get going. Next is the V2 guide. This is the pretty basic guide. You can get started. You don't need, I guess, any kind of prior information or like an intermediate. You can just act as a beginner if you have pretty standard knowledge of how solidity contracts work, how you just compile different things, you can get started it. So you can use this, build your first FTSOV2 app, get it cloned, you can just install, have the remappings, and this is the first contract where you can use the FTSOV2 feed consumer, that is the Oracle part. So this is what exactly I have explained you. This is the things to configure the setup, and you can just force build it. These are the some of the tests which we have pre-written it for you to just test it. And after getting all this, you can just get yeah. So this will be the output, and you will get the address and the private key. These are pretty basic. Like, I guess these are the best documentation out for the FTSOV2 part. So that's it for the FTSOV2. I guess I can just now start with my dApp. Okay. So this is an option platform which I have built for Flare using FT like the Oracle using the FTSOV2 Oracle, where I fetch the price feeds, and what it does is you can perform different functions using this option platform. The first functionality that this platform does it, that you can create an auction. Like anybody can create a new option, you can call or put by providing strike price. Let me just open the UI part. Yeah, sorry. So this is the project. What it does is I'm using here the Flare FTSO V2 Oracle, through which I'm getting this USD ETH USD price. If I show you on the coin market cap, so yeah, as you can see, it's 673682, and this is pretty much like the arbitrage thing is there, but yeah, it's pretty accurate. So what we can do through this platform, you can create an auction option where you can put or call. Put a call means that you are betting on a price higher than the ETH, and put is an option where you are uh, putting a price strike price that is lower than the current price. Also, like, there is a dynamic pricing through which, like, a premium fees through which you can like the option is getting better for you. Also, like, there is a buying option through which you can after creating this option, there will be a list of options through which you can. Okay, wait. These are the available options. As you can see, there are some predefined options which I have just created while testing. And after seeing in the view detail option, you can just see that what option was created. Initially it shows an expired because, like, it was created for 10 minutes and it passed at 7:05. It's already 7:50.
Just a quick question.
So
Do you mind going over? Just a quick
sorry.
question. Do you mind going over how you got the available options there in the first place? Kind of what was the process behind?
Yeah, so I have predefined, like, created it through using this create new option. I'll just create a demo uh, after this. I was just explaining the technicalities of the whole app. So should I create it now or like
Yeah,
continue?
continue. So those are all options
Yeah,
that you had
sure.
created yourself manually through this process. Okay,
Yeah.
I just didn't understand if you had created them or those were somehow appearing somewhere else. Just wanted to clarify.
No, no. Yeah. So these were the some of the testing options which were created predefined like for the testing part. So I guess this is an overall overview of the whole functionality. We also have some expired data and some premium. Let me just get to the contract part where I can explain a bit better with how the core functionality works. Oh yeah, I also have an XKD draw for this. Yeah. So after first the contract deployment occurs, we initially have the USDC and FTSO thing. The user will now perform the actions. The first action the user is going to perform is the create option thing. What after the create option thing, we get the ETH price from the Oracle. After the Oracle thing is validated, we can just think that if the strike price is there, and this is the premium thing which we are going to calculate, and this will store the option data. After storing the option data, it will emit an option created, like it will emit that the option is created, and then the user can again perform the actions that once the option is created, you can just purchase the option, add liquidity, remove liquidity, and settle option. When you are just creating the purchase option, you can check option exists or not. Through that premium thing, you can just get into it better. And this is the get price ETH latest from the Oracle thing. And you can also check the extra penalty, like if someone strike a better price, you can just get into it and get the penalty thing off. So this is the cost for it. If the penalty is non-zero, it will directly come into it. When this thing occurs, USDC from the buyer update into the lot price, and the record ownership is completed. From all this above functionality, what we are going to do is we will in the contracts storage, we have an option array, ownership mapping, and the liquidity tracking, through which all the things are getting mapped, and hence the option is getting completed. So this was a pretty basic overview which I just created. Let me just go to the contract part. This is the FTSOV2 interface. Here I am getting the price feeds. Uh, this is the contract which is I have explained, I guess, pretty much times, like this strike price, lot size, premium, the constant for creating the premium, the expiry. These are the option, and this is the price feed that I'm just calling from the FTSO V2 part. This is the mapping of order ID to the user. This is the liquidity tracking, which I guess I will show you in a bit. Yeah. So from here you can add or remove liquidity. These are some of the initial part which was like done for the testing thing. Yeah, this is the events. These are different events, like suppose the option creation, the option purchase, liquidity adding, and we have different parameters such as option ID, buyer, lot amount, and the cost. Next is the liquidity removal, where we have provider and the amount. Next event is the option settlement with the option ID, holder, payout, and in money. Next is a constructor in which we will pass the USDC address and the FTSO address. So I guess I have stored it here. Yeah. So this is the configuration file in which these are the FTSO address, and in the .env I have other things such as the private key and the USDC address. This is the main function for creating the option part, where we have the strike price, lot size, premium, expiry, and whether it is done or not. So initially checking some requirements. This is the premium thing which we are calculating. And this is when an option is created, these things are getting called and the option ID is getting added, like increased. Uh, I guess my pace is pretty lenient, Sarah.
Yeah.
Am I good with this pace? Sure.
Okay.
So let me just explain the next function, that is the purchase option. In the purchase option, we have the option ID, lot amount. These are some of the checks that we are getting checked once. Through this current price, we will checking the lot size is there or not. And these are some of the checks which are doing through the from the Oracle thing, that if it is greater than the latest price or not. Next is the require USDC thing. And once the option is like getting all these things are getting checked, here is the main thing which is doing, that is the lot size is getting reduced, the premium is getting checked, ownership is getting changed, liquidity is getting added, and the total premium liquidity is also getting updated. Next are the some of the functions such as add function, remove for the liquidity part. So till now, I guess this was the create and purchase function cleared. Last is the settle option thing. In the settle option thing, we will again do some of the checks. After doing the checks, we will just check that from the Oracle thing, the price is greater than or less than. If it is correct, then we do the call function. Otherwise, it's a put option. And once the everything is getting correct for the settlement part, we just emit it. The option ID, message sender, payout, and the end money. This is a small function like for the price feed, which I have added in the main nav bar. Like this is a pretty easy function, I guess, for the ETH USD feed ID. And these are the getter functions, like the helper functions for reading here and there. This is a mock USDC token that I created for the testing part for my dApp. And these are the deployment files. Let me just compile it once. Okay, I guess I did it before, so it's compiling. It's good to go. Let me run the dApp. Okay, I printed it. So this was the small demo for the option AMM thing. I'll just run the demo once, and good to go with the questions part.
All right. Well, it seems that you were very clear because there are no questions in the chat. Um, well, I'll just ask you a question myself. Was there any type of hiccup or challenge that you encountered trying to build this, or was there anything that you particularly enjoyed about building this options A?
Yeah, so it was pretty good to like tackle with the option thing majorly. Like it was a idea which Philip initially introduced, like gave a small just like Philip sir is our lead developer, so he just gave a small just key like you create an option platform where user can bet on the basic price thing. And yeah, uh, initially this functionality, the maths behind was like a bit unclear for me.
Okay.
That was the most challenging, like enjoying thing that I encountered.
It's interesting you use challenging and enjoying for the same thing. But I just had another last follow up question. Is this something that you think you'd ever launch on Flare, or is there another project that you would be likely to launch on Flare yourself, having gone through this experience of building this?
So yeah, I have like already made a dApp prior to this, like a dice betting game. For the same thing, like you can bet on the dice part, like 1 to 6, and you can get the double of the output. Next month, I'm planning to build an aggregator or like a void type thing through which you if people can actually invest in the fair thing without bothering about the betting part, because some people are getting too much curious if you use the word betting. But if a proper void or I guess investment thing is mentioned in the documentation, so people trust it better.
And actually, we just got a question from the audience. We can just quickly answer that before we wrap things up. Does or will this work with AI? Not too sure what he means by that, but you can take this.
uh Iman, like, should I take this?
If you think you have a way of answering it, if not, you can just let him know.
Yeah, I guess he's trying to get it to it. Like, if AI is introduced into this tab, how will this thing work? So I guess if you introduce an AI into this, so AI will just judge the price based on different strategies predefined to him. So I guess this is not an all good option to introduce AI into this, because yeah, it can self learn and think that this is better, and it can actually
Oh,
get
nice way of
things
that.
like pretty
Gotcha.
instant.
Well, Stu, I want to thank you so much for today and for your continuous support of Flare and for all your efforts as a Flare ambassador. I feel quite honored to be able to wrap up Flare Forge Week. I feel like everyone that tuned in during the week has been great, and everyone's contributions has not gone unnoticed. Um, I mean, I'm just gonna do a quick rundown of all the other Flare Forge lives that went down this week. Um, I'm gonna work backwards. So today we went over verifiability, random selection. Sorry, I have it written on my whiteboard. Then yesterday we went over tokenized real estate with Antoine. Wednesday was with our own Kristaps. We went over redeeming FXRP to XRP as part of our regular scheduled dev workshops. Then we were also joined by the people from Goldsky to go over subgraphs and mirror pipelines on Flare. We also had a side segment of Flare Forge Week, so to say. We had a wallet demo and Q&A with the guys over at Flare Forward. And lastly, on Monday, we started with a crowdfunding dApp with using the FTSO. So one, that was all a big mouthful. Can't imagine the workload on other people's ends. But all that to say is I think we got a lot of new eyes on what it's like building on Flare. We got a lot of fresh perspectives like your own on what it is like to build on Flare. So I'd like to thank everyone for all their contributions and efforts. Ashtub, I don't know if you have anything else you'd like to say if you want to close off Flare Forge Week.
Yeah, so I too have enjoyed the whole Flair Forge week. It was 1 week prior when Victor introduced us to this thing, and everyone in the ambassador program was pretty excited that we will introduce this part into the Forge thing, and like people were super excited, and it's finally getting a wrap. So, great congratulations to the whole team and building with the Flair part. That's
That's a
all.
great way to close it off. So thank you so much, everyone, and stay tuned for future dev
Thank you.
events and Flare events. Bye.
Keep building at